What is going on, everybody? My name is Kneeckoh and welcome back to another scuffed video. Today is finally the day. I can't delay it anymore. There's been tons of stuff that have been coming up that have pushed this back. We are finally going to sit down and we're going to talk about Paper Mario the Origami King for the Nintendo Switch, because I want to like this game. I really do, guys. I really want to like this game. But in the words of Angry Joe, you done fucked it up, Nintendo. Now, I've never played a Paper Mario before this one. However, from everything I've heard from people that have played previous games to just seeing some of the stuff from previous games, this game does not seem to be the same thing at all. In previous games, there seemed to be things like upgrading Mario, leveling him up, and getting, health or power points and stuff to that effect. Where in this game there is no leveling Mario up. You can buy new items, but they break and you got to go back to the store and buy them again. It seems like a really dumbed down version of what it used to be. It lost a lot of those RPG elements that Paper Mario is so well known for. And this game just doesn't seem to have any of those features, and it's really disappointing. I was really looking forward to this because of the love for the Paper Mario series that Nintendo fans have had for so long. Everybody was really excited for Paper Mario, and then this came out, and I, even after not playing a Paper Mario, was like, this doesn't seem right. This doesn't seem right at all. So I hopped in to Paper Mario, and I'm gonna start with the story. I think the story is awesome. I have no problem with the story. It's a freaking Nintendo game, it's goofy, it's not super serious, but it has a darker story with the fact that this little king, this little Origami King, is taking the paper characters and folding them up and morphing them into origami creatures against their will and using them as his slaves. And it's kind of a dark story, but the writing is very Nintendo. It's goofy, but it's fun, and I really enjoy the story. The story is very entertaining. And the graphics are phenomenal. The graphics are something that I'm really enjoying. Just going to each new location and exploring and just experiencing everything and seeing the different locations in this paper style world is super cool. But then we get to the biggest problem with this game, and that is simply the combat. The combat is not fun at all. Now, if you've seen anything about Paper Mario, you'd probably know about the combat system. Combat in this game is not just, oh, I have a group of enemies I need to take out, I'll select which one I'm attacking and then attack them. It's this big ring around you, and rather than actually attacking one enemy at a time and taking them out strategically, there's these little puzzles that you have to line up the enemies in a row or in a little square. And I thought this was going to be a really fun mechanic. I thought this was going to be cool, just a little puzzle, and then you're able to do combat. However, the more I did the battle system in this game, the more it started to irritate me all to hell. It was so frustrating because there's no middle ground in this. It's either the puzzle is incredibly easy and you're just going to go straight through it and it's not even worth taking the time to do, or the puzzle is so there's so much to do with the puzzle that you don't have enough time, so then you run out of time and then you get attacked and you can't line up the enemies to get your attack buff, and it just gets extremely frustrating and you just are tired of doing it. And it's just super, super annoying. I think the time needs to be a little longer for each of the setup periods, so you could try and figure out the puzzles a little more effectively, because you only get, I think it's 30 seconds or something. It's not long at all. You can buy upgrades for it, but it's kind of a pain that you have to buy the upgrade and it's not just automatically there for you. But yeah, the puzzles, it's either too hard or too difficult, and it's not even necessarily that it's hard, it's just that you don't have enough time to move all the pieces and things of that nature, and that's what's super frustrating about the combat. And then on top of that, the lining up the enemies doesn't really do anything fantastic for you. It just gives you a 1.5 times, it gives you a 1.5 times attack buff, so you're going to do a little bit more damage from lining up the enemies, and that is I wish there was more of a reward for it. And then on top of that, even if you line the enemies up and you do great, you don't really get anything from combat. You just get gold coins, which you have an abundance of all over. It's all over the world. You can get coins anywhere. So I was really hoping for a much more rewarding reward from the battle system, but it's just not there. There is no better reward for putting in all the work that you do. It's just, there it is. And with the battles being the way that they are in the structure, that you have to move the map and then you have to attack them, and then a lot of the time, like I said, you're not going to finish it before the time runs out, and you're going to have to do another turn of attacking. And then some battles even have waves where you take out one wave of an enemy and then more show up. It's just, it takes a ton of time, and I've gotten to the point where I don't even like try to get into combat. I just try to run past the enemies and just continue the story, because that's what I'm in it for. I like the locations, I like the graphics, I like the overall theme of the game. The battle system ruins it, which sucks, because that's such a huge part of the game. And the boss battles aren't any better. It's just like lining up. You have to, like, instead of, like, Mario is typically in the center of the ring, and then rather than Mario being in the center of the ring, the boss is, and you have to make a path for Mario through the rings and then attack the boss in that way, and it's usually through his origami powers and things of that nature. And it's not any more fun, because there's like ways to screw it up, and it's a lot of trial and error, and it's not a fun combat system. And I was really hoping this game would be awesome. With the last game, the last new entry to a normal Nintendo series that they made, at least that I can remember, like Luigi's Mansion 3, that game was awesome. It took what previous Luigi's Mansion games did and then built upon it and made it so much better, where this game just, even from someone who hasn't played the game, watching gameplay of old Paper Marios, like Paper Mario 64, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, and then talking to my buddies who have actually played those games, this game just doesn't stack up, and it upsets me. Now, there is a lot of other things to do aside from just battling. It's in a collectathon. You're going to find toads everywhere, little folded up toads, and you go and collect the toads, and they then come and cheer you on in battle, and that's kind of fun. I like finding stuff. I have shiny object syndrome, so I like finding stuff. I like going and collecting things. That's my thing. So finding the toads is a lot of fun, and then just exploring each of the locales is a lot of fun. And then on top of that, there are the shops with collectibles, and that's pretty much the only reason you use gold. There's collectibles all over the place, and you can spend your gold on them and do things of that nature. And I mean, that, I understand the need for collectibles. I like collectibles in games. I don't like the fact that the only reason I'm doing these battles is to get gold, to collect these collectibles. That is not fun at all. I am not a fan of that system. I really wish we got something more impactful. I want to be able to upgrade Mario. Like, let me give him different items. Yes, you have different like boots and stuff, so you can jump on their head, enemies' heads with more effectiveness, or you can get different hammers so you can do better swings. But like, I just want something. I want a true RPG from it, and I get that may not be what Paper Mario is, but that's something that I felt was missing here, where I could equip an item and I got a certain ability from it. That would have been fantastic. Now, aside from all of that, there are some open world puzzles that I think are kind of cool, where you use the gyro controls, and Paper Mario gets his origami arms and he can pull things aside and do that. I think that's a really cool feature. They did a lot of really cool stuff in the open world. It all comes back to the battle system being just poor, and it makes me not want to pick this game back up, because that's the majority of the game. You're going to be doing a lot of these battles, and that's what's letting me down here. It really upsets me how poorly implemented the battle system was. And I think the funniest thing about the battle system is it had potential to be really cool, but because of the fact that it's either, there's no like middle ground on it, that screwed it up. But also what takes you out of the game in the battle system is whenever you encounter an enemy, it doesn't matter where you are in the game, you'll go to this set location. So you could be in the sewer somewhere, and then all of a sudden you go to like this set location somewhere else that is more convenient for Mario. And it's just weird to me. Like, you'll be in the middle of this random field, and then all of a sudden you're in this big ring stadium area, and there's all your toads sitting around you. Like, it makes zero sense where the stadium came from. I get it's just a goofy Nintendo game, but it is immersion breaking, to say the least. And it's just things like that. It's just, I really wanted this game to be awesome, and I wanted this to be the reason I fell in love with Paper Mario, and was the reason I went back and played old Paper Mario games. But based on this, I don't really have any interest in doing it. Like, I may eventually finish this Paper Mario game, but it's going to be a slow drip to finish this Paper Mario game, because I don't know if I could do this battle system in large doses. But that is pretty much all I have for you guys today. All in all, I would say if you're a very heavy Paper Mario fan, if Paper Mario is your jam, go pick it up. And I would wait for a sale. Do not pick this up for $60. And then, if you're not a Paper Mario fan, I would just leave this one. Let it sit. We got Pikmin 3 announced, and that's something very exciting. So if Paper Mario's not your jam, don't worry about picking this one up. I know we haven't had a ton of Nintendo stuff come out this year, but just let that one simmer, let that one sit, because it's not the best time. You're gonna be a little disappointed with it, but maybe you like it. If you're enjoying Paper Mario the Origami King, I'm interested in knowing in the comments below. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. Hope you found it entertaining and helpful. And if you did, be sure to leave a like and smash that subscribe button for more videos like this in the future. Be sure to share the video with your friends. Let's grow the community here on the channel. Speaking of community, we have community Discord people over there playing a bunch of Nintendo stuff, just talking, you know, sharing turnip prices, trading Pokemon, doing things like that. It's a fun place to be. Check that out. If that is something you want to be a part of, I do stream over on Twitch. As you can tell, this isn't my normal setup, so I won't be streaming anytime soon, but when I do stream, it's going to be things like World of Warcraft, because I've recently resubbed, and it is my gaming addiction, and I want to create content for it to some capacity, but I don't want to, like, bring it over here to the channel and make my channel like a WoW channel. That's not what I want to do. I talk about all video games here, so that is what I want to do. With that, all my other social media should be on screen here at this point, so if you're interested in keeping up with me, this channel, the second channel, anything like that, be sure to check me out there as well. But like I said, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.